Gathering. Novel by Henrik Kruse. Narrated by Frederick.
Foreword. In the words of the philosopher Søren Kierkegaard, we all suffer from a disease unto death. When people are diagnosed with cancer in midlife, we are reminded of our inevitable fate. This novel's most densely written pages revolve around the thoughts and reactions it triggers. In the short pages, which makes up the majority of the book, we follow a group of middle-aged men and a few women behind the scenes who pass the time kicking tires, dreaming about old cars, and philosophizing about life. In addition to telling a good story, my intention has been to take the reader into a masculine world, which in its slightly caricatured version shows the connection between surface and depth, masculine integrity, without sounding overly ambitious. Elena's illustrations have developed the characters in the novel. Our collaboration has been a great inspiration and pleasure in every way. My first book, Man on a Journey, was written with a great deal of anxiety and self-criticism. Could I even write in such a way that anyone would get anything out of it? Gathering is written with a fine pen. The inspiration flowed, and it wasn't difficult to put it down on paper. Happy reading, Henrik. Argentina, 2024. The Carrera. I have a bad feeling about that Johnny guy. He didn't exactly sound friendly on the phone. The merchant shook his head, making the little bit of hair left on the edge of his polished scalp suddenly look much longer and rather unkempt. Stand up straight, man. You look like a retarded hippie with that thin, greasy bush. Have you forgotten what condition you were in when we found you in the dunes? I had to cover my mouth so my shoes wouldn't get dirty. And after all, you have improved. A little. Monty smiled and gave the merchant a friendly pat on the shoulder, causing him to lift his head and run a hand over his hair, bringing it back to its normal position just above his ears. Now, there wasn't much of a hippie about him. In fact, the look matched his nickname and his occupation for more than 40 years, the merchant. After business school, he first became a distributor in merchant business in Ringkøbing before starting his own business in Sondervig at the age of 26. 35 years were spent weighing sugar, going on shore excursions in the Chrysler pickup truck, and strolling along the harbor with Jennifer. I was never bored, he used to say when non-locals asked him about life outside the tourist season. No, you weren't bored for a second, but half a century passed in our other world, and you stood with your head in the sand. Only lime grass grows in the dunes. Everything else dies. Look in the mirror, and you'll see the tragic consequences. Monty chuckled at his own humor. Jennifer and the merchant had met when they were 21 years old. An almost qualified clerk and her assistant in one of the town's craft shops. Yes, you get associations to the good old days. 1 part hormones and 3 parts common sense, was Jennifer's answer when her friends asked about the relationship. This ratio later turned out to apply to other aspects of the marriage as well. After a rather innocent argument, the first in their now 4-year marriage, Jennifer declared that it couldn't continue like this. The next morning, Louis woke up half an hour earlier than usual. Jennifer had left the bedroom door open, so the smell of freshly baked buns reached his nostrils as he stretched out in bed. The basket of buns was on the table, along with the steaming coffee. What caught Louis's sleepy eyes, however, was something else entirely. Next to Jennifer's plate was a small black book, The Protocol. It contained all of Jennifer's resolutions.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?